Welcome back to Coach Craig Sports. Today's Monday, which means it's going to be our fantasy baseball segment, the fantasy baseball update. Taking a look at some of my teams, mainly the two NL only teams. Then we'll take a quick look at like the dynasty teams that I did show in the last episode, as well as the points league team that I have as well. So we're going to start off with the waivers who I picked up this week in both of my leagues. This is the Bartman's Headphone League. This is the 10-team NL only league. So this is everybody that was picked up all together. So Brandon Workman got picked up for $20. He was the Boston closer essentially that got traded over to Philadelphia. I think $20 is probably a little bit too much for him since he's not going to be the closer in Philadelphia, or at the very least he's probably just going to split. Like at the best, he's probably going to split saves maybe with Hector Neris, just depending on how Philadelphia used the two of them. Then we had Brendan Rodgers and Alec Bohm here, but these were both actually illegal bids. They're owned in people's minor, these guys are already owned in people's minor league systems, so I went in and fixed that afterwards. And then Roman Quinn went for $4. He's been getting a little bit of playing time now. I know Jay Bruce recently hit the IL, but Adam Hazley did come off the AIL, I believe, yesterday or the day before. Keibert Ruiz, this was also another legal pick since he got sent down by the Dodgers. The way we do our waivers is you can only pick up people that are on active rosters. So it was actually the same guy that put in 3 illegal bids. So I went through, I fixed it all out, and then I sent out a little email to our league to say, hey, I fixed this for us, guys. Like I said, this is the league that I am the commissioner in, so I do take responsibility for all that. Cal Quantrill, he went for $3. He's been interesting this year. He's been out of the bullpen most of the year. He's kind of been the long man out of the bullpen. He made a couple spot starts. He got a save, I believe it was last week as well. But he's one of the guys in their bullpen that's actually been pitching pretty good. So he could work his way into some save situations. Maybe he works his way into the rotation as the year goes on, just depending on how the Padres use him. Not too bad to pick up there. Then we had Austin Hedges got picked up for $3. This team had Francisco Mejia, so it makes sense picking up a guy since Mejia went on the IL. Then we went down to Lucas Sims. Lucas Sims got picked up here, and for $3, like I was kind of like weird. Like it was weird to me because Sims really ain't done much in his career. He's not really pitching like a high leverage spot in the bullpen. But then I look back and his numbers actually this year are actually pretty good. So taking an upside pick. This is a keeper league, so maybe he's worth something next year. Not sure, but if he's not hurting your team, then it's not the end of the world either. And then I picked up Tyler Anderson for $2. He had a very good start like 2 days ago. He went 9 innings, only gave up 1 earned run. Looked real good. But with that being said, like I was just trying to add a little bit more starting pitching, trying to get our wins category up, getting our strikeouts up a little bit. We ended up dropping Brewstar Gatorol. Like I said, he's more of like a keeper pick. And I was trying to see if he could get into some more high leverage situations with the Dodgers. It doesn't seem like it's worked out that way yet. He hasn't pitched too poorly though. I think I actually missed this one when I went through initially. So Brandon Crawford got picked up and he dropped Donovan Solano. Solano was hitting like well over 400 for a long time, but now he's actually under 400. He's down to like 368, I believe. So he's kind of hit his slump. And that was pretty much expected. Logan Webb got picked up for $2 by Matt. This was actually... For Matt, this is one of his better pickups. I liked Logan Webb kind of as my guy if I wasn't going to get Tyler Anderson. Austin Barnes got picked up. Stephen Vogt got dropped. Pretty similar players. They're both kind of like backup catchers that can hit pretty well. And Barnes is just getting a little bit more playing time when Smith was hurt. Smith did come back now. So probably go closer back to, Barnes starting maybe 2 or 3 times a week. And then Smith getting all the other starts. Eric Fetty was also picked up. He pitched out of the rotation in Strasburg's spot, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure how he did the last time. He actually looked like 5 1/3, no earned runs, only 2 hits, 3 walks, but he had no strikeouts. So he's had a really weird year. If you see here, he's pitched 17 2/3 innings. He's got 9 walks and only 5 strikeouts. So if you're looking for a guy to get strikeouts, he's not going to be your guy. Then we picked up Luis Garcia. Honestly, I don't like him. But I needed to pick up somebody because we had 2 outfielders go on the IL, Nick Markakis and David Dahl. I can move Ketel Marte to the outfield, and I can move Luis Urias to second base. So that's why I picked up Garcia. He's been getting playing time, so we just kind of went and rolled with him. Then Matt also picked up Justin Wilson. I really don't know why he picked up Justin Wilson, but maybe he gets a save opportunity if they get a bunch of left-handers late in the game or something like that. He looks like he's starting to pick it up again this year, but he's not going to do too much for you. And like we don't use holds or anything in this league, so it's not like the end of the world. Matt Strahm did get picked up as well. The Padres closer situation is very interesting right now, I guess is how you want to say it. Like I said before, Quantrill could get some saves. Pagan got the most recent save. Kirby Yates, who we have, is already on the IL. He's probably going to miss like the whole year at this rate. And then Drew Pomeranz, who got a couple saves earlier in this year, he just went on the IL as well. And Strom looks like he's starting to pitch better as well, so he could be a guy to work into that role. He's a guy that I liked a lot over the years. I thought he'd be all right as a starter, but he never quite got the chance. And then we picked up Sam Hilliard as well. Like I said, we needed to pick up another outfielder. I know we just dropped him, but he wasn't playing. Then when we dropped him, David Dahl got hurt, and then he started playing center field more because he's one of the few people they have on their team that can play center field. We'll go back over to my team here. I think I still got to set my lineup for today, so bear with me for a second. We're going to do that real quick. So we're going to move Urias here to second base. We're going to move Marte to the outfield. We're going to move Hilliard into the outfield. And then we're going to move Garcia to the middle infielder. So actually, I guess Garcia already qualifies as second, so we could have moved him to second as well. Not too crazy overall. Then we're going to move Tyler Anderson to our pitching. And our team's all set there. Our team's starting to pick it up just a little bit overall. Looking at the standings, we're pretty much about the same place that we were in. But like I said before, there's definitely room for improvement. I'm going to look through the categories real quick. So if you're playing in a Roto League, this is what I like to do with the standings a lot of times to see like where you're at, where you can pick up points. You know, like kind of what you need to target. If you're going to make a trade, like what should you be trading for? So runs, we're tied for third in right now. We got 150. So if we get, and we're only 5 behind here, and we're only 8 behind here. So if we have a good week, we can get up to first place in runs. That would give us a 2.5 point increase. Then looking at home runs, we're kind of like the middle of the pack. We're tied down here. So if say we get like a couple of home runs ahead of these guys here, we can get an extra half point there. So I'm going to count that 3 points so far. RBIs is real close. We could get up to first place. So we'd have another 3 points there. So that'd be 6 points. And then when I'm doing this, like I like to project like if it's real close. So like stolen bases, we're probably going to be stuck around this range. I know earlier in the year I was doing real well, which wasn't quite expected. I don't have a bunch of like base stealers on my team or anything like that. On base percentage, we're actually doing a little bit worse lately. But looking at this, you could move up probably 1, 2, 3 spots there. So we'd be at 9 there. Strikeouts, we're towards the bottom of the barrel. We've been picking up a couple more starting pitchers, so maybe we can move up 1 or 2 spots, so that'd be about 11. Wins, we're just kind of stuck. Hopefully we get some guys that can get a couple wins and get us, even if we just get closer to some of these other teams and pick up a point or 2 there, we'd be in good shape. Saves, we're obviously first place. Not too much to say there. Our ERA is starting to straighten up. Somebody got worse than us now. We're pretty close to this team now, so if our pitchers just keep pitching a little bit better like they've been doing, we should be able to jump them. So that'd be about 12 points there. Our whip's probably kind of stuck where it's at. Maybe we can pass one team here. So we're looking at maybe like a 12-point, 13-point swing that we could get, like which we could realistically get. And we're at 46 right now. We could get up to like 59. I don't know how much that'd change these two teams, but that'd be like 4th place for us. And 4th place, like we're not completely out of the running here. And being a shortened season and a lot of different things can happen. One of the biggest things that's been hurting me is injuries. But even if you can get up to 4th place, get your money back, it might be worth it. So maybe you make a trade. It's just like obviously within the next week of the season, we'll be able to tell a little bit better how this team's doing and if we need to trade off or try to acquire somebody. Then I'm going to look at my other team. This is the Taco Bell League, 13-team NL League. This is going to be everybody that got picked up this week. So Mark Matthias for the Brewers. He's like second baseman, third baseman, playing a little bit of outfield. He got picked up for $1. They put Edward Olivares into the minor leagues. He also picked up Andrew Knapp, who's a backup catcher, and dropped Chadwick Trump. Trump's not going to get too much playing time now. Like he's splitting time with him, Tyler Heineman, and then Joey Bart got called up. Then he picked up Genesis Cabrera and Adrian Morejon. 2 pitchers for $1 each. Morejon's made 2 starts so far. He's actually a decent prospect. He was up a little bit at the end of last year too. It'll be interesting to see how the Padres use him as well. Then same team picked up Tim Locastro and put Senzel on the IL. So his team, he's picking up a lot of guys. Seems like he had a couple injuries or something this week. I know who he was going in at first place in the previous weeks. We'll have to check on the standings to see if that's where he's still at. Then we had Tanner Rainey, who I've liked a lot. I talked about a lot this year in just a couple other videos. He got picked up for $6. Feltonevich put in the minor leagues. Then Derek Holland got picked up, and Drew Pomeranz went on the IL. Holland's nothing special. Brandon Workman also got picked up in this league for $11 and dropped Alex Young. So Workman went a little bit cheaper in this league. Usually it's the opposite way around. Whoever goes for one price in the other league goes for higher in here just because there's more teams. We picked up Josh Naylor, an outfielder, covering for Austin Slater, who just went on the IL, I think, yesterday. Austin Barnes we picked up because we had Francisco Mejia, just to have another catcher while Mejia's out. Josh Tomlin got picked up, then they put Chris Archer on the IL. Chris Archer's been on the IL all year, so it's kind of weird that he waited this long to pick somebody up. Ben Gamble got picked up, Jay Bruce went on the IL, and that's pretty much it for waivers in this league this week. Nothing too crazy there at all. We'll go, we'll hit the home button here. Go look at the standings real quick. If you guys have been watching my previous videos, my team got hit hard when the Cardinals got hit with the virus and weren't playing. So now we're up to 20, 21, and 7. And we're in 8th place overall, so we're getting real close. This is top 6 teams make the playoffs. So we're only 3 games out of the playoffs right now behind the Bomb Squad here. Which, if I remember correctly, the Bomb Squad have a pretty good team. So over this course in this next week, we'll kind of see how our team's doing. If we're going to have a realistic chance to make the playoffs, then maybe we pick somebody up at the trade deadline, which is in about a week. Or if not, then maybe we trade off some of our better players like a Paul Goldschmidt or somebody like that and try to get some good keeper pieces for next year. But I think overall we're getting back up there. And then in this league too, what we do is on the teams that don't make the playoffs, we all go into a consolation bracket, and whoever wins the consolation bracket gets the first pick in the minor league draft. Not too much to say there. We can click on my team real quick as well. So it's pretty much the same as it's been. Obviously, we got the guys that we picked up last week, and then we had Mejia go on the IL. Nick Markakis went on the IL. Tommy Pham's been on the IL. Austin Slater. So we got quite an injury bug on this team as well. Jesus Sanchez, I had down the minor leagues. He got called up the other day, so I brought him up as well. Mateo's really not doing anything, so maybe when some of our other guys get healthy, we can just drop him. But he was kind of a keeper guy going into the league. Tyler Anderson, like I said, the other day pitched real well. Our pitchers are doing pretty decent actually in this league. Besides Touki Toussaint, but he's somebody with a lot of upside, so I'm not crazy about him, but I'm not gonna just drop him either. Then hopefully we get Carlos Martinez back soon. Mitch Keller's been on the shelf for a while too, so he had an oblique injury. Nothing too much to say there. We can look at the 2 other Dynasty leagues real quick since we're on Fantrax already. The first one is the Hardball and Justice League. That's a team that's been doing pretty good for me as well. We're 6-2 overall, 4th place overall as well. I don't think I made too many more moves since I shown you guys the team. Nothing too crazy to say. I have Jose Abreu, who's been on a tear lately. He had 6 home runs this weekend against the Cubs. As a White Sox fan, I was pretty excited about that as well. But like I said, this league, it goes through Wednesday. I'm pretty much dominating both my matchups this week, so we should be 8-2 after this week. Trade deadline's obviously coming up as it shows up here. We just acquired Johnny Cueto for a late round pick in our minor league free agent draft. I can go over a little bit more of that some other day, but Cueto just gives us a starting pitcher in depth, and that's something we really haven't had too much of this year, so we've just been kind of rolling along. My other Dynasty League, I think we were in 2nd to last place. Now we're in 3rd to last place. So we actually had a decent week last week. There's 3 teams worse than us now. So that's kind of good and bad, but we're rebuilding. So obviously our team's not going to do too good, but at the same time we don't want to you don't want to tank, but you don't want to have your team perform better than it really should, because then your draft picks aren't as high either. So we'll see if we can trade some players off in this league, pick up some minor leaguers or picks to help with our rebuild process as well. Then we'll go over to the points league, which is the last baseball league I got to go over. So Like I said, you guys remember I took over a team. It was or not last place, but it lost the first week. We won, so we ended up winning this week again. So we're 3-1 altogether. Not sure if I made too many like crazy moves. The core's the same. I picked up Teoscar Hernandez this week because he got dropped and he hit a couple home runs since I picked him up. Somebody dropped Starlin Marte the other day and I didn't quite get it, so I just picked him up. We did drop Shohei Ohtani because he just like he's not hitting, and then like in this league, DHs they don't. This league has fielding stats, so DHs like guys that only DH like really don't have much value. Then, like I said, I've been streaming pitchers. So today we're streaming Brad Anderson. These two other guys we had for a while now. Pretty much the core is the same. We did pick up Martin Perez as a streamer the other day, and he's been pitching pretty good this year, so I'm just going to hold on to him for now. If I really need to drop him, I can drop him, but at the end of the day, it's not nothing too crazy to hold on to him. He's been pitching good. But with that being said, that's just a quick look at my baseball teams, what's happened to them over the last couple of weeks. In baseball in general, there's been like a lot of young players getting called up. So it's been a pretty exciting season, especially in the shortened season that we did see for baseball this year. Hopefully a lot of my fantasy teams can start doing better. If not, like I said, we're going to trade off some pieces if things don't go better. But that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys liked it and enjoyed this video of fantasy baseball, this was update number 3. Give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so. It helps out the community that we're trying to build here at Coach Craig Sports quite a bit. And then with that being said, if you are a current or new subscriber who hasn't already hit the notification bell, please do so. It'll let you know every single time I put a video up. We got some pretty great content coming out this week. Later today, I'll also be putting up the video going over the draft recap from the Fantasy Analyst League that I joined, and that draft was on Saturday night. I think that'll be pretty interesting for you guys to look at, to see how different people draft, especially guys that are in the industry, they're analysts, and they know what they're doing. But with that being said, that's pretty much all I got for this video. If you guys enjoyed, just let me know. If you need to get a hold of me for any reason at all, leave it down in the comments, or you can hit me up at CoachCraigSports@gmail.com, or the Facebook page, Coach Craig Sports, my Twitter handle at Coach Craig Sport. Just anything you guys need, let me know. I'm here for you guys. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and have a great rest of your day.